1 Samuel chapter 5. The Philistines had captured the ark of God. They took it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. They carried the ark into the temple of their god, Dagon. They set it down beside the statue of Dagon. The people of Ashdod got up early the next day. They saw the statue of Dagon. There it was, lying on the ground. It had fallen on its face in front of the ark of the Lord. So they picked up the statue of Dagon. They put it back in its place. But the following morning, when they got up, they saw the statue of Dagon. There it was, lying on the ground again. It had fallen on its face in front of the ark of the Lord. Its head and hands had been broken off. Only the body of the statue was left. Its head and hands were lying in the doorway of the temple. That's why to this day no one steps on the bottom part of the doorway of Dagon's temple at Ashdod. Not even the priest of Dagon stepped there. The Lord's power was against the people of Ashdod and the settlements near it. He destroyed them. He made them suffer with the growths in their bodies. The people of Ashdod saw what was happening. They said, "The ark of the God of Israel must not stay here with us. His power is against us and against our God Dagon." So they called together all the rulers of the Philistines. They asked them, "What should we do with the ark of the God of Israel?" The rulers answered, "Have the ark moved to Gath." So they moved it. But after the people of Ashdod had moved the ark, the Lord's power was against Gath, and that threw each people into a great panic. The Lord made them break out with growths in their bodies. It happened to young people and old people alike. So the ark of the God was sent to Ekron. As the ark was entering Ekron, the people of the city cried out. They shouted, "They brought the ark of the God of Israel to us. They want to kill us and our people." So they called together all the rulers of the Philistines. They said, "Send the ark of God of Israel away. Let it go back to its own place. If you don't, it will kill us and our people." The deaths of so many people had filled the city with panic. God's power was against the city. Those who didn't die suffered with growths in their bodies. The people of Ekron cried out to heaven for help. 1 Samuel chapter 6. The ark of the Lord had been in Philistine territory for 7 months. The Philistines called for the priests and for those who practiced evil magic. They wanted their advice. They said to them, "What should we do with the ark of the Lord? Tell us how we should send it back to its place." They answered, "If you return the ark of the God of Israel, don't send it back to him without gift. Be sure you send a guilty offering to their God along with it. Then you will be healed. You will find out why his power has continued to be against you." The Philistines asked, "What guilt offering should we send to him?" Their advisor replied, "There are 5 Philistine rulers, so send 5 gold rats and send 5 gold models of the growths in your bodies. Do it because the simple plague has struck you and your rulers alike. And make models of the wretch and the growths that are destroying the country. Give honor to Israel's God. Then perhaps his power will no longer be against you, your gods and your land. Why are you stubborn, as Pharaoh and the people of Egypt were?" Israel's God was very hard on them. Only then did they send the Israelites out. Only then did they let them go on their way. Now then, get a new cart ready. Get 2 cows that have just had calves. Be sure the cows have never pulled a cart before. Tie the cart to them, but take their calves away and put them in a pan. Then put the ark of the Lord on the cart. Put the gold medals in the chest beside the ark. Send them back to the Lord as a guilt offering. Send the cart on its way, but keep an eye on the cart. See if it goes up toward the Beth Shemesh to its own territory. If it does, then it's the Lord who has brought his horrible trouble on us. But if it doesn't, then we will know it wasn't his hand that struck us. We will know it happened to us by chance. So that's what they did. They took the 2 cows and tied the cart to them. They put the calves in a pan. They placed the ark of the Lord on the cart. They put the chest there along with it. The chest held the gold models of the wretch and of the growths. Then the cows went straight up toward the Beth Shemesh. As they stayed on the road, they were moving all the way. They didn't turn to the right or to the left. The Philistine rulers followed them all the way to the border of Beth Shemesh. The people of Beth Shemesh were working in the valley. They were gathering their wheat crop. They looked up and saw the ark. When they saw it, they were filled with joy. The cart came to the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh. It stopped there beside a large rock. The people chopped up the wood the cart was made out of. They sacrificed the cows as a burnt offering to the Lord. Some Levites had taken the ark of the Lord off the cart. They had also taken off the chest that held the gold models. They placed them on the larger rock. On that day, the people of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings to the Lord. They also made sacrifices to him. The 5 Philistine rulers saw everything that happened. On that same day, they returned to Ekron. The Philistines sent the golden models of groats as a guilt offering to the Lord. There was one each for Ashdod, Gaza, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron. They also sent 5 golden models of wretch. There was one for each of the Philistine towns that belonged to the 5 rulers. Each of those towns had high walls around it. The towns also had a country village around them. The Levites set the ark of the Lord on the large rock. To this day, the rock is a witness to what happened there. Each in the field of Joshua of Beth Shemesh. But some of the people of Beth Shemesh looked into the ark of the Lord, so he struck them down. He put 70 of them to death. The rest of the people were filled with sorrow. That's because the Lord had killed so many of them. The people of Beth Shemesh said, "The Lord is a holy God. Who can stand in front of him? Where can the ark go up to from here?" Then messengers were sent to the people of Kiriath Jearim. The messenger said, "The Philistines had returned the ark of the Lord. Come down and take it up to your town."